Welcome back. You're here with me in the C-Space studio at CES 2026. I am your host, James Kotecki, hosting many conversations with marketing, media, branding, advertising leaders here at CES. And right now I'm here with Walmart Connect's VP of Business and Product Marketing, Khurrum Malik. Welcome back to the C-Space studio now at Walmart Connect.
Great to be here. Thanks for having me.
So tell us a little bit about Walmart Connect first. Just remind us the scope of what you're up to there.
Yeah, Walmart Connect is Walmart's retail media platform, and we help advertisers drive sales for their business. And we can do that in many different ways, both from within a store, all the way to a website, to your phone, and to a connected television.
Yeah, it's a pretty big scope of the different places.
Yeah, it's great.
So tell me about why you're here at CES 2026. What's your message?
Yeah, so we have a lot of messages, but the primary one is let's spark sales to build the future of retail media together. And what I'm excited about in that message is kind of three core pillars. Advertisers, at the end of the day, they care about driving sales. We talk about all sorts of fancy stuff, but it's about sales. And there's three messages and pillars that we want to enable those sales with. First is scale. So, Walmart Connect has the scale that very few platforms have. We have 150 million omni-channel customers a week that come in through a store and our web experience. 4,600 stores, right? And not only do we have that type of scale, we have scale on new surfaces. One of the hottest things right now people talk about is agentic. We've launched a customer-facing agentic experience called Sparky. You can use that to help you complement your shopping, and we're there as well. And so that scale, and Sparky, 81% of customers who use Sparky use it for product discovery, which is kind of fun. So we provide scale. The second big thing we do is we provide full funnel solutions for advertisers. And what does that mean? We help them tell a brand story, what we call brand solutions, and then we drive sales with performance solutions. And a couple of data points within that are interesting, right? So, of course, we have Vizio CTVs that are part of Walmart's portfolio. And if you think about Vizio CTV reach, you can get up to 55% incremental reach and audiences, according to iSpot, with that when combined with linear. So we've got a brand solution with Vizio, it's fantastic. We've got performance solutions as well. And then within performance solutions, you think about agentic is a hot topic. I know you're going to hear about it.
I'm chopping at the bit to ask you more about
Okay, we'll get to that. So we've got our full funnel solutions, and the third message really is about performance and that we deliver it. We love measurement. And so if I had to wrap that all up is, we're here to spark sales for our customers, and our customers being our advertisers. And we want to do that with our scale, our solutions, and the measurement signals we have.
What can you say about that agentic experience with Sparky? I mean, it's kind of a fun name, so it implies that that name was chosen, I assume, deliberately to kind of create the kind of interaction that you want the customer to have with that agent. But what does that actually look like for the consumer?
Yeah, so first of all, it's very early days in our agentic experience overall. And I mentioned Sparky from a consumer agentic experience, and it's product discovery, early days of searching for new products. And so we're experimenting there. But there's another sort of agentic experience called Marty, which you probably have never heard of. Marty's our agentic advertising assistant for businesses. So if you're a small business and you want to advertise with Walmart Connect, Marty can help you. And in fact, we've been in testing with Marty for the past couple of months, and what Marty does, it helps you with fundamental tasks like it might help me optimize my ad campaign with Walmart Connect, and you just interact with Marty.
So the interface for both Sparky and Marty is a chat.
Exactly. And 97% of the inquiries that come in through Marty are new asks. So we're meeting a need for advertisers through the agentic experience to drive efficiency, which is kind of fun.
And I wonder if some of that too is people who may be afraid to ask like the quote unquote silly questions, or I'm a little bit embarrassed, I don't already know this, I feel like I should be more sophisticated, but Marty allows for that, right?
Exactly right. And so it just goes back to, we're here to serve both customers on the consumer side and advertisers. And for advertisers, Connect is here to spark those sales, and we see Marty as just another efficient way to get to our solutions.
So you said it's early days for a lot of this. Where do you see it going? And I'm especially curious when we use the term agent, how autonomous does that mean for you in terms of just something with my credit card just going out there and buying stuff on my behalf? How much are the humans still woven into this?
Yeah, so it's a really good question. So I'd take it one step further and say, let's talk about AI. And agents are just a portion of AI. I talked about Sparky and Marty. But I want to share an example with you for an advertiser because that's who we serve most. AI can help generate creative. So if you're an advertiser and you want help creating display ads, right? AI can help generate that display with an automated creative generator. Why does that help you? It cuts down the amount of time for you to generate creative by 80%. So it's creating content for you to help you connect with customers. And so that's just like an example of where agentic experiences meets creativity. So we expect to see more of that.
Have you seen success there? I think people might have different opinions around whether AI generated content is good or resonant or if it hits people emotionally, or if I find out that it was created by AI, how do I feel about it? For me personally, I found myself actually unironically starting to enjoy things created by AI, like not because of the novelty or anything, but like this stuff's getting obviously really good. But there's a whole range of opinions on it. So how does that show up for you?
Yeah, so I'm going to take it in a different direction. I'll share a fun story with you, and I think that's a bit of a metaphor for what's happening in the market. I went skiing with my family, 3 boys, my wife, and our crazy dog. And my kids started generating AI images of our dog breakdancing. And everybody laughed, right? But if they tried to do video of him breakdancing the dog, it was kind of like, wait, what is this? And I think so. It's early days. I think display, there's more fidelity there, but I'd expect more in video to come. The other thing I'd say is, it all boils down to, it doesn't matter whether AI is creating an image or a human is creating an image. If it's a display or video, what advertisers care about is it driving a sale? Is it helping my business? And recent research we've done has shown that we provide incremental sales and incremental ROAS, return on ad spend, compared to digital media benchmarks by 2.5x. So I always bring it back to sparking sales, regardless if it's AI or human-based.
Do you feel like we are at this point now in early 2026 where you have all of the data basically that you need to answer the sales questions and the success questions that you have? Or are there still like pockets of data, types of data, gradations of data that you still wish that you had to answer these questions?
Oh, there's a fun saying, water everywhere, not a drop to drink. It's the same with data, right? Data everywhere, not a drop to drink. I think data, consumers and customers continue to use different touch points with which to buy and experience products and services. And so we want to serve them better. And so those new experiences require new data. So areas where we're leaning in for more data is CTV. Vizio is our connected TV platform. It's been with us for over a year now. And we're excited about the data that provides us. It's the #1 OS in the United States. So that's a perfect example of how can we leverage that data to provide more relevant advertising and tie that to a sale. So I always say, like, we're one of the few platforms that can help you tell stories that drive sales, right? All in one.
Speaking of CTV, what are the other opportunities that you're seeing right now in streaming?
Oh, that's a great question. I think some of the things that we're seeing is CTV and streaming being added onto linear TV buys. Okay, so if you have a linear TV buy happening right now, if you add Walmart Connect CTV and Vizio CTV, you can get incremental reach. And we just, of up to 55%, we just released research with iSpot that show that. So incrementality of both reach and sales is something that is becoming more and more important, because if CTV is not providing value, why pivot your investments to that? So it's a very, very exciting time.
As we close out here, is there something about retail media that some brands don't understand? Is there a piece of education that you find yourself doing consistently?
Yes, absolutely. So it's not your same old retail media. And what I mean by that is retail media is much more than just performance and driving lower funnel sales. We have the ability to tell brand solutions and tell a story. So if you want to have a full funnel partner, a retail media platform like ours can make it happen. Stories that sell.
Thank you so much for sharing your stories with us. Khurrum Malik, Walmart Connect, really appreciate you being here today.
Thank you so much. Great to be here.
And we really appreciate you watching us here in the C Space studio at CES 2026. I'm James Kotecki. More after the short break.